which way your wind blows. Look inside of you for the truth, the voice inside of you, the calling from within will guide you on your path to heaven. When they tell you life is empty, when they tell you love is pain, can you feel the heart that's aching and the fear that sounds like blame? How can they know which way your wind blows? Look inside of you for the truth, the voice inside of you, the calling from within will guide you on your path to heaven.
Believing in the divine destiny of the United States of America and the preservation of liberty, security, and self-expression, I offer this, my prayer for my country.
I know that the divine intelligence governs the destiny of the United States of America, directing the thought and the activity of all who guide its affairs.
I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are the gifts of freedom and are the divine heritage of everyone in this country.
I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are now operating in the affairs of every individual in this country.
I know that divine guidance enlightens the collective mind of the people of this country,
causing it to know that economic security may come to all without the loss of either personal freedom or individual self-expression.
I know that no one can believe or be led to believe that freedom must be surrendered in order to ensure economic security for all.
The all-knowing mind of God contains the answer for every problem which confronts this country.
I know that every leader in this country is now directed to this all-knowing mind and has the knowledge of a complete solution to every problem.
And each is compelled to act upon this knowledge to the end that
abundance, security, and peace should come to all.
And I know that this spiritual democracy shall endure,
guaranteeing to everyone in this country personal liberty, happiness, and self-expression. And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
Spoken by individuals, a diverse group of people. So I just wanted to speak that into the room, and it's posted on YouTube and will be on Facebook later, because we want to know at this time of a sense of peace at this 4th of July week. We're still in that. And so I just wanted to invite you to be a part of that. And you can re-listen to it on YouTube or Facebook. So welcome, everybody. I'm Reverend Jay Lang, the Spiritual Director here at the Center for Spiritual Living. So grateful to be here and so grateful to be in a community where we can know a greater truth, a deeper truth based on oneness, based on the truth of who we are. And I also appreciate that we have music that sings that too. So here's Astra Fox. Let's welcome her.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good. All right, I hope you'll join me in singing I Am Open to Receive. So just really embodying that we are open to the messages, the gifts, the lessons, and the learnings from the service here today. I am open to receive. I am open to receive. I am open to receive. I am open to receive more good. I am open to receive. I am ready, I believe. I am open to receive more good. Perfect. This time we're going to sing wisdom instead of more good. I am open. I am open to receive. I am open to receive. I am open to receive wisdom. I am open to receive. I am ready, I believe. I am open to receive wisdom. All right, this time we're going to sing more truth instead of wisdom or more good. I am open. I am open to receive. I am open to receive. I am open to receive more truth. Nice. I am open to receive. I am ready, I believe. I am open to receive more truth. I am open to receive. I am ready, I believe. I am open to receive more truth than wisdom. I am open to receive wisdom, more good. I am open to receive more good.
All right. Thank you, Astra. What a beautiful day it is here at the Center for Spiritual Living. So good to have everybody here today. We'd like to begin our service with the vision and mission statement of our center. So we look on the screen and we read, "We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action." And our mission statement, "We are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all things." A glorious affirmation for today for us to live by. I know it's something I think about every day, about how to live intentionally, how to love unconditionally, as much as we can. We are humans, and we do the best we can with what we have. So that's what we're doing all the time here at the center. We do have, before we begin our service officially, I'd like to tell you about a few announcements coming up. First of all, we have a group, some of our members are involved in a group called Pro Inclusion Napa. And this came out of a concern about signs and rhetoric of hatred here in Napa, which is not who we are. And we want to establish a truth about who we are, a majority of people that believe in compassion and love. And their meeting, they have monthly meetings, and the next meeting is at the Napa Methodist Church, just down the street from here on Randolph, 5:30 on Tuesday, on July 9th. And Joanne Sutro and Lauren Keller-Coyote are the co-leaders of that, the group leaders, and they'd be glad to answer any questions about that. But I do want to tell you something. So they've been working on different projects, and one of those projects is to work with elementary schools doing a positive poster project. And the idea was that they would pick a positive word, respect, acceptance, or kindness, and then they would think about it and create posters. And now those posters are displayed in the Napa City Hall. So they're on the wall there. You can go up there right in the main, just walk in and you'll see them on the left-hand side. They're all over the wall, just these really cute posters that are there. And just caring, and there's some creative spelling in there too, but we know what they mean by that, right? So it's a great way for us to celebrate this, and I'm going to ask that some of them come here also. I don't know how to do that just yet, but I was going to talk to Joanne and Laura about that, and maybe it could be in our front foyer, because evidently there's more posters than they know what to do with, so they're going to rotate them every now and then to put new, so everybody's posters will be on there. So I think by next week I'll be able to get some of them here, so excited about that. And then next Sunday, the 14th, we have a special guest speaker, Rev Dr Georgia Prescott. She's the founder of the Center for Spiritual Awakening in Sacramento. Has retired, so she's doing some speaking gigs around, and she's an amazing person. She founded that center, and it's a very diverse center, and so it's going to be fun to have her here. That's also our member, Peggy Prescott, sister-in-law. And so we love that that there's a connection with us here. So, and then after the service, she's having a workshop called "Say No, Hell No to Graceful Aging," and it's about after 50. Sometimes people hang up their shingles, but it's really time to refire and rewire to something different, something new, and not just to think that it's about sitting in your rocking chair watching reruns. So this is, I think you'll be fine. Now, she has asked that they have minimum of 10 people. We only have 5 right now. So there will be a sign-up sheet on the guest table. Even if you put your name down and commit to coming and don't officially register, we know that you'll be there. So we need at least 10 people. She also said $30 is the fee, but she said if you have less, pay less. If you have more, pay more. So that's kind of a socialistic system to registering for our workshop here. So I think you'll really enjoy the workshop. I think it's very powerful. She's a powerful person and lives this idea of saying no to graceful age. Actually, she says hell no to graceful aging. So that's you'll find out that's Reverend Georgia. So, and then on the 20th we have our next series of our Unbottled Exciting. We have 2 different acts that day. Sarah Rodenberg and Beyond Fab. Sarah's a singer-songwriter, folk kind of mixture of pop, and then Beyond Fab, they're a 5-piece band that plays the music of the Beatles after the Beatles. So George Harrison, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Wings. So it's a really fun. So we're going to create some room for dancing. And the good news, it's going to be about 10 degrees cooler that day. So we're already looked ahead. That'll be exciting. And it'll be in the shade. We're going to set up a few rows in the front, but most of it's going to be little cafe seating. So you can come in and bring your picnic, bring your favorite beverage, whatever you want, and enjoy that time out. And it's a great place to bring your friends. You know, we promise no religion that night, no spiritual living talk. We're just going to have fun with the music. So just come bring, offer to fix a picnic for them, to get them to come or something, But it'll be a fun evening and free. If you want reserved seats in the front rows, you can pay for those tickets, but it's a free concert. Just if you want reserved seats in the front, you can do that. And then at the end of the month, on Friday, July 26th, we're showing the movie Bad Faith. We've talked about this a little bit. I just want you to know you can look at the preview online. You can even watch it online if you want to. But the good part about being here, if you come here, is that we're going to have Peter Coyote, the narrator of that film, here, and I'm going to be interviewing, and we're going to be talking about the movie and some concepts of this Christian nationalism, which the movie really paints a picture as a front for white supremacy. And obviously, that's not something we want in the U.S., and we need to do what we can. No matter what political stance you stand or who you're for, we need to stand up against white supremacy no matter what. And so this movie is about that. And would love to have you here, love to have you participate in the discussion about the movie. Tickets are free, but they're going fast. We're about 50, and we'll have about 100 seats in here that night. So we're about half full. I think it'll sell out. I think there won't be any... you won't be able to come to the door necessarily. Now, there may be some people who don't show up, so we're going to leave some space in case you do, but I think the wisest thing is to register for the free tickets ahead of time so you have reserved seats. And not reserved seats, but reserved general admission. So, and then the very next day, We're so looking forward to this. Crush MS. What an exciting day this is going to be. This is the annual fundraiser that is to prevent and stop MS, the spread of MS. And every year it's a glorious event. One of your neighbors I was talking to who lives across on the other side of the development. I said, "Oh, have you ever been to Crush MS? You live so close." She goes, "No, but I hear it every year." It is a joyous celebration that people are so happy to be there because we're making a difference and we're doing it in such a fun and creative and powerful way. So thank you to the Reeds for hosting this at their vineyard. There are still places to volunteer, either at the welcome table you can volunteer or talk to Karen. She's got her clipboard. Whenever she has a clipboard, that means something. Karen, if you could stand up, just people don't know you, that they recognize you. So that's Karen. So please see her, and if you don't have a place or you don't know what place it is, she will put you in. She'll find a place for you. She's good about that. So our regular parts of our ongoing, our Spanish-speaking ministry, you can find information about that online. Our meditation on Wednesday at 6 p.m., a growing number of people doing that. And it's air-conditioned, to meditate. And 6 p.m. and the coolness is great. So I also wanted to say that I have been, last week, I asked you to fill out prayer requests. And put them in the basket. And we put those baskets, the practitioners and I prayed over them, the basket, and we put them there underneath the tree now. And you can, if anybody wasn't here or you want to add more, you can do that. I read through them and I was touched by how deeply you care for others and how you worry sometimes, but you also know that Spirit is with them. And I will let you know, we have been hearing about miracles here. Not that we did it, not the practitioners did it, but Spirit, through our words, have created some healing, some revealing, some forgiveness has been happening. And so please, if you were one of those people that filled out that, know that your prayer request has been heard by the universe, and the universe is acting on it right now. And continue to hold that and know that truth. I also found it interesting, there were probably 50 slips and about 150 prayer requests. So we know there's more than one thing on your mind. And we hold you in that tenderness of Spirit as well, knowing that you're in love and that your personal prayer requests are also heard by the universe. So thank you for doing that. And now we're going to begin the sacred part of our service.
So feel free to sing along or just close your eyes and listen. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, take a breath. Revolving tide, creating life. You are the one, I am the one. Evolving mind, healing life. You are the one, we are one. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. happens everywhere. Take a breath, take a breath. Revolving tide, creating life. You are the one, I am the one. Evolving mind, healing life. You are the one, we are one. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there.
And just I'm going to invite you to continue in with this moment, with the sense of peace, with the sense of love, with the sense of being here this morning. And I invite you to put your right hand in your heart and be centered, present, right here, right now. And I recognize this morning the beauty of God, the light, the love, and that life is God. I recognize the peace and unification, the peace in here. And just feel your breath, breathing slowly, and feeling the beating of your heart. And all of that is God, the source of God. And I give thanks for this moment, for being together. And I give thanks for the message that we're going to receive today. And I invite you to open your mind, your heart, your hands to receive the answer that maybe you're looking for, to receive the prayer. Y reconozco que hay solamente un solo Dios, una sola presencia, y sé que esa presencia es Dios aquí y ahora. Y simplemente doy gracias en este momento por el mensaje de hoy, por la presencia de esta mañana, esta presencia de divinidad, de amor y de unidad. Y simplemente abrimos nuestra mente, nuestro corazón y nuestro ser a recibir el mensaje de hoy. Así es de que juntos decimos, and so it is, amen. Good morning to all of you. Always is a gift being here, because always push me to feel more comfy in here. So when I was thinking what I would like to share with you, it never came into my mind, what I want to share. And something, the idea came and said, why you don't give gratitude, gratitude, the word of gratitude. And what I would like to share with you this morning, it is gratitude. I promised myself I'm crying. But yes, I want to say thank you. Because I was remembering, the first time when I crossed the door, I didn't understand much, right? And always I sat in that corner. But the enthusiastic of Reverend Janet and the environment that I feel in here, always it was peace and happiness. And always, after the service, I was praying with a practitioner. So I invite you always to looking for a practitioner for prayer for you, for your family. And every single week, I was following Reverend Julie to pray with her, because I love to pray with her. Julie, pray for me. Julie, pray with me. Because in that moment, I didn't understand that I was waiting that the God do something for me, in that time. I was waiting, God, please, God, please. But later, after a few times, I understood and realized myself that the God is not going to do anything for me, only through me. And it was a big responsibility to understand that. But it is so good, understand that, and I feel free. And I give thanks, to this community and to the philosophy, because my life is completely different from that moment to now. And I have a really, really good relation with my kids now, something that I feel so grateful. And I'm continuing, I'm continuing with my growth, and maybe it has been very slow, but I'm continuing, accepting this, that I am valued just for the life I have, not for what I do, or what, not for what I do or for what I am, just for the life I had. And I think every single of us is valued just for having the life and for being a creation for the source of the universe. And that's it. That's it. So I need to empty all the ideas and the old beliefs and everything that I have been learning through my life and recognize that truth in myself. So thank you this morning.
Thank you for sharing that. We're grateful you're here and part of this community too. You will remember the great dream that you are. The spark ignited and you sparkle like the sunlight on the lake. You are as the fire is to flame. You are. You will remember the truth of what you are. You are a vision, a picture perfect frequency of love. You are made of stardust from above. You are. Bloom as wide as you allow. Your dreams will only reach as far as your doubt. It's only fear that keeps you out of the now. You will surrender to loving what you are. For what is brighter or lighter than the surface of your soul? You are spirit coming forth. You are, and you will bloom as wide as you allow. Your dreams will only reach as far as your doubt. Don't let your fear keep you out of your now. You will remember the great dream that like the sunlight on the lake. You are as the fire is to flame. You are. Thank you.
Thank you. There we go. So let me start again. Kind of fitting, huh? This month is about practice makes imperfect. Now, I know you've heard the phrase practice makes perfect before, and that and yet there's no such thing as perfection. It's an illusionary thing that's made up either by ourselves or by other people. And in fact, when we have perfection as a goal, especially if we are attached to it being a certain way, it actually can drive us a little crazy. It actually can keep us from growing and expanding. Brene Brown, you're probably familiar with her, and other spiritual teachers remind us that the expectation of an unattainable perfection leads to feelings of shame and unworthiness. Because we always measure ourselves from that which is out there, which cannot be attained, the way we think our life should be, the way things could be, if only I did this, or if only I was better at this, right? It actually narrows our focus to where we're only on this thing, and we miss a lot of life that's out here. It paralyzes us, that we're afraid because that if we don't make it here, that we must not be worthy of it or not worthwhile. It suffocates our experiences because it's cutting us away from the life essence. There is a heavy price to pay when we're attached to perfection. The other thing I find is that when we were kids, I don't know about you, but I was this way as a kid. I was thinking there was a God out there that was always watching me. I know my parents added to that myth because they wanted to make sure when they weren't around that I was a good boy. But I was always concerned that that I was wrong in his, and it's also his eyes when I was a kid, that I had done something wrong, and I was always wrong, and kind of perpetual thing of being judged. Well, I don't believe in that. I hope you don't believe in that kind of God anymore. But I think there's something residual in our cellular memory that we're still doing something wrong, and that somebody is judging us, and we don't even know what that is. It's not like a particular person or a particular thing, but we feel judged. And it's important we let go of that, because there's nothing out there, no one thing that we have to measure up to. Some people even suggest that there's a God up there that when we achieve something, they move the line because we can never measure up to God. You know, that's just crazy. You know, like last week I was talking about people that were building towers and God would just smash the towers down because they can't possibly be God. A thing we need to let go of completely, not mostly, and I know you've mostly done it, but all the way that there is a God out there. There is a universe that supports us. And it's a universe that's within us and around us, and as we allow it to move forward, it does actualize that which we seek. Remember what Rumi said is that which we're seeking is also seeking us. That's the universe. It's out there supporting us. It has our back. It believes in us, but it's not a thing that we disappoint or we do it wrong. It is always there no matter what we choose, even when we perceive ourselves as making mistakes, or as I like to call them, missteps, that we step somewhere, and sometimes we step into all sorts of stuff, But the point is that it is Spirit that is always there, the universal consciousness that's always with us no matter where we are. We don't disappoint. There's nothing to disappoint out there. We have done no wrong. Ernest Holmes says we are whole, complete, and perfect. Everybody said, yeah, I'm whole, complete. But wait, perfect? There is no perfect out there. There's a perfect in here that is Spirit itself. It is perfect in its expression right now. This openness that we can be that continues to create through us. Now, what I love about this particular image, you might not recognize it, but you will shortly. It is a montage of things from the 2014 earthquake. This is Christina Young. So she's an artist that has brought together several nonprofits, over 1,000 people that have contributed to it. And what they've taken is broken pieces from the 2014 earthquake. And they've created collages in tiles, and now they're putting these tiles together into one piece. It should be finished this fall, my understanding of it, and they're going to display it, so you'll be able to see it then. But it's a beautiful piece just in the way it is, and I love the idea that this imperfection that the earthquake created is brought together into beauty and love. I also love that it has this target, so to speak, on it. Now, the reason why Christina Young put on there, it's a depiction of the epicenter, where the earthquake happened and it spread out from there. And that makes sense in the art. But I also think about, in terms of what we're talking about this month, as perfection sometimes is our target. And if we just focus on the center, we're going to miss all that other stuff out there. All that beautiful expression of life that is there. What we know is philosophers and poets have often said, to err is human. To make mistakes is human. The Latin proverb says anyone can err, but only the fool persist in continuing, persist in that fault. The poet Alexander Pope says to err is human, to forgive is divine. So this week we're particularly talking about what if perfection isn't the goal? What if if the purpose and passion is really our goal, and it's not perfection, but to recognize the beauty and possibilities of creating expansive experiences within the imperfection of life. That there is power in embracing our perfections as divinely perfect, because they're part of a divine unfoldment that unlocks a path of self-acceptance, freedom, as authentic living. What we know, it may be to err is human, but those mistakes do not define us. They are not who we are, but there are opportunities to learn. In the mid-1900s, there was a philosopher and spiritual teacher named Martin Buber, and he said that men cannot approach the divine by reaching the human. They can approach it through becoming human. To become human is what each of us as an individual person were created for. So I love this quote that he had, because he's talking about it's in fact humanity is what we're here to experience our imperfection. And that beauty and love can grow out of that. We know we seek to do better. We seek to improve. And what's interesting about the founders of our nation, I've been thinking a lot about this being the 4th of July week here. In the Constitution, the United States Constitution, they had it's always been a phrase that's always interested me, a more perfect nation. We have been established in order to form a more perfect union. Okay, well, wait a minute. That suggests that there is a perfection now, and we can become more perfect? Is that possible to be more perfect? Well, they think it is, and I think it is. That we are perfect where we are, and we can become more perfect. Because we are always perfect. It is Spirit expressing within us. We also know that we don't take this lightly, that we seek to do the best we can. As Maya Angelou said, we do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, you do better. It's that simple. We're doing the best we can. And that's a phrase I use a lot of times when I'm doing my forgiveness work, that somebody did the best job they could at that time with what they knew. And for myself, guess what? I have more trouble forgiving myself than anybody else. So I have to say that same thing for myself too. I did the best I could at that time with what I knew. And now that I know better, I am going to do better. And I am doing better. And I am this more perfect person. I'm a more perfect, I'm sure linguists would go crazy trying to say you're a more perfect person. That's not possible. Am I perfecter then, or perfectest? But that we continue to open up. Last week I talked about without a destination, we wouldn't have a journey. And in the journey, we find unfoldment and new ways of being, new ways of understanding, new insights, deeper connections with people and spirit. So the journey's important. And if we don't have a destination, we don't have a journey. This week, I'm saying, without the missteps in our lives, without discontent, without some sort of wanting to change or shift something, we wouldn't have a journey either. It's a strong call, this change in ourselves. And everybody I talk to, whether it's a diagnosis or a relationship issue or a career issue or just something wanting to merge more in ourselves, more joy, more love, more peace, there is heartache, stomachache, headache, soul ache. Why would we do that if it wasn't important, if it didn't pull us forward something greater? Maybe we should have just taken the blue pill and just stayed ignorant, right? Ignorance is bliss, or is it? I think it takes a lot more work trying to stay ignorant than it is just opening up to Spirit and allowing it to be through us. I call our center, lately I've been thinking of as, we've heard of Judeo-Christian. I call us a Budeo-Christian because we're a mixture of Buddhism and Jewish and Christian philosophy. And when I look at traditional Buddhists, now Buddhists like us have progressives also, but a traditional Buddhist would say that you don't yearn because yearning leads to attachment, and attachment leads to suffering. This is a basic Buddhist philosophy. I differ. I say yearn away because passion and energy create. Now I know we don't want attachment. You can yearn without an attachment for what it looks like or what it sounds like, but you can be passionate. Ernest Holmes, our founder, says that fire in a prayer, fire in our intentions, emotions create more because there's energy with it, there's passion with it. The opposite of love is not hate like you might think. The opposite of love is apathy, not caring. So yearn away. Focus on what you want to experience and let go of how you want it to show up and welcome guidance. Last week I quoted Gabrielle Bernstein, and I still love this, that she goes, I surrender this desire, the attachment to what it looks like, sounds like, and I welcome guidance. You can passionately surrender. Some of the greatest spiritual teachers that we hear about, Moses and Jesus, Mohammed, they were passionate in their surrender. And so we can surrender passionately and open to a greater experience. So the first thing we want to do in this pathway of allowing imperfection to lead us is to let go of the attachment. To let go of this perfection. Because it is like a weight on us. It is like something that holds us back, that doesn't perhaps we use this as an excuse. Well, I could never do that. Or either from the past, it'll never be the same. or a worry about the future. I don't know if that will ever happen, so I'm not even going to try. I guarantee you will never reach that imaginary perfection. But what you discover along the way, your wishes will be revealed. As a young adult, I was working with an older man, a friend of mine, and he taught me certain basic skills of carpentry. And it was sort of a mentor relationship because I kind of was younger. I was able to do things for him, lift things, carry things, saw things for him. But it was also, he would talk about when we were doing these carpentry projects that we seek perfection. And if we work towards perfection, it'll be excellent. It'll never be perfect, he said. But if we don't try for it to be perfect, it will be neither functional, nor beautiful, nor practical. That we need to try and seek this perfection. So that's a tricky thing. So he knew that it would never be perfect. And that's what I think we need to realize. So we move towards maybe that which we want and know it may not be exactly that, but it will be something wonderful. I don't think Marv Leitner's here today, but he made one of these posts. I had one of these posts here, one of these columns. And I said, I'd like a second one. He goes, I'll make it for you. So he made it, he brought it in, and I noticed it wasn't exactly like the other one. And it was perfect, beautiful, and functional. Matter of fact, I don't know which one is which anymore. It's not an exact replica, and they're both so beautiful. They hold beautiful things. And I know I'm not a replica of any of you. I don't want to be a replica of any of you. I'm okay with expressing who I am in this moment. A funny story from the book of Thomas, which if you're not familiar with that, it's one of the lost gospels. Didn't make it into the Bible, but it was discovered in the 50s. So the book of Thomas had a story about Jesus I've never seen or heard anywhere else. And it said he was doing some carpentry one day, and he miscut a board. So first I'm going, wait a minute. I thought Jesus was perfect. I guess not, huh? All right, so he made a mistake. He miscut a board. And if you don't know, if you think about history, back then you can't go to Home Depot and get a new board. I mean, you have to hand plane every board. It would take an hour to make a new board. So he looked at what he did, and he reached down and he stretched the board to make it fit. He's got tools up his sleeve I do not have. I don't know if that story is true or not. It's one of those stories that lives on as a myth. But what I know is it's possible. I believe in miracles. I believe so much in miracles. I know that Jesus is not the only one that can be a conduit of Spirit's miracles. We all can. He said it. We can do greater things than he could because we're allowing Spirit to come through us. So the miraculous can happen. But if we're attached to that board being that certain size and thinking, oh no, I've blown it now. This project will never be finished. I might as well just put it away and never do it. It'll look ugly. It'll be bad. How about just allowing the beauty to unfold? Maybe I haven't learned how to stretch those boards yet, by the way, but I can cut a new one. I can take it apart. I can undo the work I've done to make sure it's right, to make sure it's that which I'm seeking, and it's the beauty that I'm seeking, not that it has to be perfect, not that it has to be this creative way that is limited in the way we do that. We've been talking about the 15 commitments of conscious living, and the one that we're going to talk about this month is play and creativity and rest. That's an important part upon this journey that we do, that we continue to allow ourselves to be playful and light and not take ourselves so seriously. When we're focused on perfection, we're focused on it being a certain way, that's going to limit us. We're going to miss something. We're going to miss the lightness, the opening. And what I want to encourage you also is the second thing I'd like to say is to seek a higher vision of yourself. Now, what I mean by that whole idea of we are perfect now, so a more perfect self, where we want to evolve into, what we want to unfold in. Is it more joy? Is it more love, more openness, more creativity? What is it we're seeking? It doesn't necessarily mean how it's going to be, what it's going to look like, how it's going to sound, but it's opening up to a greater way. Matthew McConaughey in his Oscars nomination, I can't remember what year that was, he had an interesting way of talking about it. He said, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm never going to attain that, and that's fine with me because it keeps me with someone to keep on chasing. So he had this idea of something outside himself, but he wasn't trying to be somebody else. He was still trying to be a better version of himself, a better hero. But he also realized he was never going to reach it. But it kept him moving forward. It's better than saying, I would like to be that person or that person. No, it's fine to admire somebody, the traits in them, but it's not that person you want to be. It's the traits they are being. I have a friend who's a minister here, and she just passed away a couple weeks ago. Her name is Reverend Linda Powers, a beautiful expression of the divine. I admired her compassion. I admired her clarity about what's important in life. That she worked with the unhoused people here in Napa and reminded me what's important about service. I don't want to be Linda Powers, but I want to be some of the traits she expressed. I'm going to her service today, and I'm going to tell people that today. It's over at the Methodist Church. And I want people to recognize what a wonderful woman she was and how she inspires me to be a hero of myself. Not a hero of hers, but a hero of myself. A more perfect self. That we can see from within ourselves, that we can imagine this joy that is beyond us that we can move towards. And make adjustments along the way. Enjoy life, play, rest, do all these things that are necessary to allow this part of us to unfold. And finally today, the third thing I want to say about this imperfection is seek beauty in all people and all things. Seek beauty in all people and all things. And if we do that, you will not only find beauty, you will become it. Wow. Think about that for a moment. You will become it. So it's not about getting to where beauty is. It's about being beauty and showing up in just this smile and laughter and love. And we become that love then. So seeking beauty in all ways. I was talking on the phone with one of our congregants the other day, and he said that he had the chance to meet Isaac Perlman, who's a world-renowned concert violinist. And people, when they hear him play, are in tears with the beauty. He had the chance to talk to him after a concert one time. He was expressing his appreciation. And Isaac said, tonight wasn't perfect, but it was good. And I think that's, nobody recognized any mistakes he made. It was beautiful. I'd like to invite you not to pay attention to your mistakes. Learn from them. Know them. When you know better, you will do better. But focus on that which is unfolding, that perfection within you that is beautiful and kind and loving. There's and we know that the greatness of beauty that's coming through us is us as us. We know this collage that was done. Christina Young and many other people have put it together. If you look at it carefully, you will see the intricacies of broken people. I don't know how many of you were deeply or somewhat affected by the earthquake in 14. I know our house was a mess. There was a lot of broken stuff around. So taking that broken stuff and to create art out of it and to create beauty out of it is an amazing thing to do. And what I would invite you to do when you encounter something this week that irks you or annoys you, just unfocus your gaze a little and inhale deeply and ponder something in the moment to be grateful for. Thank you, Imelda, to talk about gratitude today. Something that is beautiful about it. Or just acknowledging you don't know what's going on with other people. You never know what their day has been. And just see the wonder and the beauty in them, in all things. Just let them be who you are, and you be who you are. You are whole, complete, and perfect right now. And so are they. Whole, complete, and perfect. So I'm going to go to prayer now, and what I invite you to do, as I begin this prayer, I'm going to open it up in the middle of it, and I'm just going to, you can keep your eyes open for this time, and I'm just going to bring my arm by. And if you have someone that you want prayer for, just speak their name. We don't need to know what the prayer is for. Just speak their name. So I'm going to start within knowing that Spirit is all there is in this moment and will always be. That we are connected with Spirit, we are alive in Spirit, and we are all one in that which is greater than us. We know that which we speak for others, for ourselves, is heard by the universe, and it acts because no word spoken into the oneness are ever returned in void. There's always a response. There's always a unfoldment of life. And I know this to be true in this gratitude of love. So in this moment, we each speak our word for a person of our concern. So I'll just begin over here, and is there any names that you would like to say? Any names? So we know the universe has heard these, and we also know within what the words, the names you've spoken, that you know what the prayer request is, and you know it in your heart. And it is heard by the universe, and there is an action happening right now that is Spirit infused, that is Spirit itself unfolding and allowing, revealing and healing, creating the pathway for all to be in this flow of life, this divine flow of perfect unfoldment, perfect growth, perfect healing. And I know this to be the truth. I know this is the power of Spirit in us and around us. And I continue to allow this to be so by letting it go and knowing it is already so. And together we say, and so it is. For a moment. A friend of mine wrote this song, Jamie Lula, and he's been here before. And I just think this is a perfect song that I know the way he wrote it. I know the way you were singing it earlier, that it's as if Spirit is singing this song to you. So please take it in as that.
When I'm sad and dark, shallow and in doubt, when I'm trying my best to put one foot in front of the other, you're perfect, you're golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection in you as me. Oh, oh, sing this with me. Lie-di-di-di-di-di, lie-di-di-di-di, lie-di-di-di-di-di, lie-di-di-di-di-di, lie-di-di-di-di, lie-di-di-di-di-di. You're always there, you never leave, you're holding me, you set me free, your guiding light, your empathy, your confidence to express in and as me. You're perfect, you're golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing I'm perfect, I'm golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection in you as me. Oh, oh, lie-di-di-di-di, lie-di-di-di-di, lie-di-di-di-di-di, 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 lie-di-di-di-di-di. You're perfect, golden, the light, my love. Sing that with me. You're perfect, you're perfect, golden, golden, the light, my love, my love. Now sing it to your neighbor. You're perfect, golden, the light, my love. Now sing it to yourself. You're perfect, golden, the light, my love.
Thank you. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you. This is a time we invite you to be part of our sharing of abundance. If our ushers could come forward. What I know is that which you give and time, talent, and treasure comes back to you in tenfold ways. We appreciate your support of our vision and mission statement, and that There's numerous ways to give, either online, texting, or your contributions. We appreciate the contributions you've given in the past, today, or in the future. So raise your hand and put it over your heart and repeat the affirmation that's on the screen. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is. Blessing be.
Won't you sing with me? I am thankful, so thankful. Ooh. I am thankful, so thankful. Ooh. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am so thankful. I am thankful, so thankful. Ooh. I am thankful, so thankful. Ooh. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am so thankful.
This time in the service, we'd like to acknowledge anybody who might be here for the first time. We have a special gift for you. If anybody's willing to raise your hands, we can acknowledge you. Anybody here for the first time? Yay. So she'll catch up with you in a minute. And also appreciate anybody who's been here. This is their second, third, fourth, or fifth time, pretty new. We do have refreshments and coffee out in the courtyard, and there is shade out there, I promise, and good food. So thank you. And we have a special affirmation for you as we raise our hands and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. We also like to acknowledge first of the month, any birthdays we may have. First of all, should be a national or at least a community holiday today, July 7th. Mark that in your book, since we have at least 4 people in this fairly small community that have birthdays on July 7th. So if you have a birthday today, why don't you stand up? And who's the other one? Joey? Is the other one Joey? So if you're online, Joey, you can sit down now. Anybody else have a July birthday? We've got a July birthday. Any other? And what about anniversaries? Any anniversaries? Yeah, how many years? 42. We all pale in comparison to that. Don't you guys have an anniversary? No? Yes. How many? Third, 3. Michelle and I also have one. It's our 13th, so that's on this coming week. She's out of town now, but then she's going to come back in town, and then we're going out of town together for a few days, so to celebrate our anniversary. So that's great. So, and we also recognize anybody who has recovery birthdays, knowing how important that path is for you. And we know it's anonymous. We're not going to ask you to raise your hand, but we just want to acknowledge you that the challenge you've been on that. So thank you for being a part of being on that path of life. So if we could have our practitioners come stand up here, please. Prayer is offered after our service if you want to stay and enjoy prayer, a one-on-one affirmative prayer. They are available. Just remain in your seat, and everybody else can go out into the courtyard for conversation and connection. So we appreciate our practitioners being a part of that. We bless our children. We actually have our children in the screen in the room, so we'll just raise our hands and raise back to them, blessing them right where they are. We bless you. We love you. We care about you, and we're here for you. And now for the community affirmation, let's all stand for that. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit. I'm guided by wisdom. I'm protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is. And now our closing song.
So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. There be peace. One more time. Let them stand for peace. Let there be joy. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
So as we go forth, we embrace our perfection to recognize the beauty in all life. And so it is. Have a great Sunday.
Welcome to the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We are a vibrant, inclusive, and spiritual community that seeks to live intentionally, love unconditionally, and see God in all people and in all faiths. We believe the work we do in prayer and in the community creates a world that works for all cultures, races, orientations, and faiths. For over 60 years, we have practiced thinking globally and acting locally to help awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Annually, hundreds of people actively participate in our services, classes, events, and in our Spanish-speaking ministry. And we are training the next generation of spiritual leadership in our ministerial school. In the last few years, because of apparent divisions politically and socially, and because of threats to basic human rights, we have magnified our application of Science of Mind principles with engagement and compassion in action in the greater Napa Valley community. Our members have participated in women's marches, pride events, and we have hosted speakers on racial issues. We have empowered and mentored diverse leaders in our community and given scholarships to diverse ministerial students. We have donated over 4,000 pounds of food to our local food bank. Our spiritual director, Reverend Jay Lang, has facilitated an interfaith leadership group to hold public prayer vigils and 9/11 commemorations in participation with Jews, Muslims, and Christians. We have fostered the creation of a beloved community in the larger Napa Valley area by honoring community heroes at events and tithing to and partnering with a dozen different nonprofits that share our vision. Together, we've created a Martin Luther King Day of Service where over 1,200 participated in community service annually. The leadership of our parent organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, headquartered in Golden, Colorado, recognized our community for all of the outstanding, compassionate work we've been doing over the last few years with the 2022 Meritorious Community Award. As we move forward to do this work of the heart, to awaken the world to its spiritual magnificence, will you join us as we continue to ascend to new heights and create a world that works for everyone?